What? You fuckers. You fuckers.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Oh, nigga, you gay!
Can a nigga borrow a french fry? It was now, how is a nigga gonna borrow a fry? Nigga?
Get this shit off me! Get this beta shit off me!
What the hell happened to Doki Doki Literature Club? Well, before we can answer that, it's important to understand what it is first. Doki Doki Literature Club, or DDLC for short, is a dating simulator on its surface and a criminally amazing horror game behind the scenes. This shit was the bomb if Japan had never seen one. Whoop, edgy joke. DDLC was created by Team Salvato and its founder, Dan Salvato. The game revolves around a computer simulation type of plot where initially you're a high school kid who joins a literature club filled with typical anime girls. It sounds like a really shitty manga, dating simulator at first, but shit hits the fucking fan once you start dating these chicks. And by all account, these characters are the scariest fucking part of the game. So let's dissect what's so scary and spooky about a bunch of anime girls. The first Naruto reject is Sayori, and boy, is she something different. Sayori is the reason why the main protagonist, yourself, joins the club in the first place, and just like a dating simulator, she confesses her love to you, but you know, with all the stupid stuff in the game, like how she suffers from deep depression or whatever, and I didn't really listen. She then promptly kills herself. Like, holy shit! That was fast as fuck! I remember first playing this game, and for the life of me, this image was just like a what the fuck moment. I couldn't even begin to express how quick of a 180 that was. It's incredible that this game got past the fucking censors. And what honestly makes me laugh is that the description of the game is so fucking innocent and fun-loving, and then there's just the bottom that just blatantly points out that children just should not play this shit. I feel bad for the poor soul that didn't see the fucking psychological horror tag on the fucking game. Moving on, the next character to brutally butcher herself is Yuri. Yuri. This character is typically shy and whatever. Her death scene is fucking gruesome. The bitch stabs herself at least 20 times. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Holy shit fuck. Yuri stabbed herself so many times, I honestly lost count. And this is an anime chick, not some serial psychopath. The worst part is that it's right after she also confesses her love to you, because you can't forget, this is also a dating simulator, again, kind of on the surface. But right after that, just murders herself mercilessly. That shit was as brutal as it fucking got, and it concerns me because it seems as though Team Salvato knows how to fucking kill someone off. Then there's Natsuki. She isn't as important and, to my knowledge, doesn't brutally kill herself or someone else for that matter. So, in some cruel and ruthless fucking way, she's not important. The final character is Monica, and by the grace of God, Monica is fucking crazy. Essentially, she's a self-aware video game character and continuously fucks with the game files to change outcomes in the game after certain completions, and the only way to beat her is by deleting her file, to which she starts to feel remorseful for basically, you know, killing off the other characters. There's actually 3 different endings depending on which way you play the game. Like Five Nights at Freddy's, there's a good and a bad ending, and there's one Easter egg ending that I personally find to be pretty interesting. Apparently, if you delete Monica's character file thingy before you start the game, Sayori takes her role and gradually realizes her now influenced role, I guess you could say, and then deletes the game herself. It's really cool. I never knew that that existed. But, I mean, that's basically the game. Sounds good. It plays great. I left my chair haunted after I played the fucking thing. So, with all that out of the way, what the hell happened to the sequel of DDLC, or otherwise known as DDLC 2? Well, the game was supposed to receive either a direct sequel or a spin-off, and that was addressed pretty heavily throughout the game and its files. And I think we all remember when that was happening, because around the time Matt Pat from Game Theory, what the fuck? Matt Pat from Game Theory went through that phase where he was trying to figure out what DDLC was trying to tell the player as it pertained to its possible sequel and what was happening next. Honestly, who can blame him for doing that? Everybody was trying to understand what the hell happened and what we should expect, but DDLC came out in 2017, meaning I was 15 when this game was released. And for those of us who can't count, that was 3 years ago. Any sequel would have been released by now, right? Well, it's difficult. Team Salvato, and specifically Dan Salvato, who's the founder, have been slow for a legitimate reason. In October of 2018, Dan posted a general update for the team in which, generally speaking, he assessed that he usually is the only person working and developing on certain projects, and his mental health has been kind of at a struggle because of the enhanced role he's played ever since the boom of Doki Doki Literature Club, which, yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and it's completely understandable to be both overwhelmed and burned out, especially when you realize how big of a game DDLC really was. I have to say that I'm a content creator who's been on hiatus at least 15 fucking times. The only issue I find with the blog update on their website is that the post I just mentioned was from 2 years ago. The last blog Team Salvato made as of today, December 20th, 2020, was back in July of 2019, and it discussed DDLC at the Anime Expo, which isn't bad, it's just, that's a long time ago. And at the beginning of this year, there was some new content added, but it wasn't anything major to the story, and Dan himself even said that he wasn't going to be making a sequel anytime soon. But that doesn't really make much sense. DDLC, by all accounts, is dependent on a sequel coming out. Unfortunately, I have to point out that many casual fans like myself are starting to forget that the very game that inconceivably splashed onto the horror scene is just still around. Myself, I only remembered it as a pure afterthought turned question as to whether the sequel ever released on the Steam Marketplace, which, in case you haven't seen the topic of this fucking video, it hasn't. Do I think Team Salvato will make a sequel to DDLC? Yeah, they probably know better than us that their game is starting to fade into oblivion, and sooner rather than later, a sequel is going to be necessary if they want their first project to, well, be remembered as it should, as one of the greatest horror games, I guess you could say, to ever reach the market as a free-to-play title. Now, do I think that DDLC is going to get more content before the sequel? Oh, you bet your fucking ass I do. Why wouldn't it? For a game that was released 3 years ago, their merch is proudly fucking promoted, and I don't blame them. Money's money, and money is good. So clearly, something's gonna change there, but it's gonna take a while before that has to happen. But honestly, there comes a point where all that money and fame, it's not going to fix the will of what your fans want. And I think a lot of fans, whether they want to admit it or not, want to know what happens next. I genuinely feel for Team Salvato. I really do, because they have a legitimate excuse, especially Dan, for not doing a lot of different things. But that was 2018. We are on the cusp of 2021. And right now, there is merch on sale for DDLC. There is an expansion pack for DDLC. Quite frankly, I don't really understand why there hasn't been a sequel yet. I am totally fine putting $9.99 into a sequel, but for an expansion pack where I'm not really getting any story details that can help advance the game, which I don't know, maybe there is something there, but I have not heard of it at all. There just really isn't much to do there. And it's not easy either if they wanted to make a sequel for a few reasons, and the biggest one being that none of us would have realized that this game was going to have a sequel. It literally took Matt Pat from Game Theory to figure that shit out. But, I mean, the cow is going to tip over at some point. And when it does, their game is not going to be remembered whether there is a sequel or there isn't. All games at some point do become forgotten. But, holy shit, at least don't let it happen so quickly. Come up with a sequel. Please, for the love of God. And hopefully it'll come out soon. Hopefully it will come out before I'm dead. But whether it does or doesn't, a sequel generally, especially in this case, can really make a difference between DDLC back in 2018, when it was popping, and in 2020, where the only reason why people remembered it was because they were reminded. So, yeah, I guess that's kind of how you should put it. Sad story, but hopefully they will come out with a sequel. I can almost guarantee they'll probably end up coming out with a sequel anyway. Thank you for tuning in to day 7 of our Christmas special. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We have a few more days to go before Christmas, and well, I am super excited for this Christmas Eve countdown that's going to be happening on the 24th of December. So of course, if you enjoyed the video, which, hey, maybe you did, maybe you didn't, leave a like or a dislike, comment your favorite part of the video or your least favorite part of the video, and subscribe to stay updated. Also, make sure you click the bell to get notified of my other Christmas videos and any other uploads after that. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.
Steps ahead, yeah. So step into my way, stand out. It's a trap, one step